listening to The Magnetic Coach, a podcast for those who want to stand out, be seen, and communicate with clarity and confidence. I'm your host, Linda Ford. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Magnetic Coach. This is Linda Ford here. And today, this podcast is directed for women of a certain age, coaches, women coaches of a certain age, because I get this concern. I hear this concern a lot, and that is, and when I say a certain age, I mean like you could be middle-aged up, right? Because here's the thing: if have you noticed lately that the online world has become increasingly busy and overcrowded, and with all the technology, the wonderful technology that we have, and it's all great, and the things that we can do, the videos we can make to promote ourselves, and the just all the great lighting and everything. I don't know about you, but I've noticed there are a lot of coaches out there, younger women who are coaches, who are really into using everything that social media can provide. For example, you'll see many of them with real glamour shots, like having the glamour photographs. Their hair and their teeth are perfect. Their bodies are slim. They look gorgeous. And this is not dishing those women. I'm all power to you. So it's not about putting those women down. If you have it, you go, girl, you use it, whatever you can, if that appeals to you. Not against glamour shots at all. But there's a lot of that. And then they're on TikTok dancing in front of the camera. And you kind of like begin to think and wonder, do I have to become like that to get myself noticed in marketing? And it's become a kind of like, when you're a coach, you've got to become a celebrity to make it, So it's about being a coach and a celebrity. And let's just kind of nip this one in the bud, because this should not be something that women of a certain age are putting the brake on because they can't compete with that. Because let's just face it. I mean, I can't compete with those beautiful women on TikTok or however they're posing themselves, or, it's like, I'm not going to suddenly start showing my cleavage, or the other one that happens a lot is just, every second word is F, F this, F that. And it's become like this trend. The more trendy you can become, or confrontational or edgy, by using the F word, then everybody seems to be doing it. And again, I love the F word, but only to use it sparingly, because then it loses its power, its effectiveness. But I was listening to one woman, I listened to a lot of podcasts, and there was one woman on her podcast, and her content was fabulous. But it's like every second sentence, it was F this and F that. And I don't know, maybe her clientele like that. But the point of this podcast, this message that I want to give, is I really want to have us become aware of how not to get seduced by this kind of fluff, right? Like let's not get seduced into believing that we have to get on TikTok and wiggle our bums for everyone to see. We have to dance, do a happy dance in our kitchen, or we don't have to show cleavage. You can if you want, but that's not going to happen in my neck of the woods. It's like we don't have to be glamour girls. We don't have to be glamorous if that's not who we are. And I think it's very easy for women, especially, to get seduced into thinking, oh, if I need to get noticed, if I want to be seen and heard, if I want to stand out, then I've got to I've got to do this kind of stuff. And it's the wrong direction to go. Now, if you personally feel called that suits your personality, go for it. It's great, right? But I'm just talking about just being aware of when something is not really you, and you're trying to imitate someone, and just because she's doing it and she's having impact and finding clients and making multiple six figures, that, oh, well, then maybe that's something that I should be doing, right? And that is definitely putting you on the wrong course, the wrong path. And I just want us to kind of sit back and think, is this really who I am? Is this my personality? Is this the essence of who I am? Because here's the thing. I mean, we keep hearing we got to be ourselves. We got to show up and be our authentic selves, right? And so we have to get really tuned into what is authentic. And if it's not you, then it just becomes a strategy that your thinking is going to bring you success. Now, in saying all that, I also want to say that for women of a certain age who don't get sucked into that, if you know that you don't definitely want to be doing a happy dance on TikTok, or having a glamour shot showing your cleavage, there are some things that we should be aware of because we do want to have an edge. We do want to be able to differentiate ourselves from others out there. We want to tap into the essence of who we are and our personality. And there is something to be said for getting some skill sets about how to message yourself, how to express yourself, how to speak clearly and succinctly, excuse me, about what we do. Instead of having that deer in the headlights look, and having vague language to describe who we are. That's something that we really do want to avoid. And as I mentioned in a previous podcast, there's one thing, the question I always used to hate is when someone would ask me, so what do you do? And I would have that deer in the headlights look, and I never knew what to say. And I never liked the responses I gave, because a lot of it, what came out of my mouth just sounded really cheesy. That's the best way I can describe it. It was just platitudes and, oh, I help people live their best life, or I help women feel more empowered. I mean, these phrases are used over and over, and they don't really paint a picture of what you're trying to do. They're just platitudes. And we want to stay away from that general vague language. So in a sense, what I'm saying is, yes, we want to stand out, but not through shaking our hips, right, or our booty, but through really connecting on a deep level with how we work with people. What is the results that we are saying we can give people? We want to come from that deeper place. And so it really does speak to the fact that there's still work that we can do. There are still things and strategies. There's that word, strategies. It's not a dirty word, that we can adopt to really get someone's attention, right? By how we write a Facebook post or a blog, or how we write our sales page. So all of these things are important. And so that's my message for you today. I actually have a special offer today. It's actually going to be ending at the end of March. So March 31st, you still have time, where I am offering on my flash sale, and I'll put the notes below where you can get that, where I am offering a course, a 2-hour laser coaching session for anyone who wants to really hone in on their message and get clear about what they do, and to be able to express themselves clearly, You'll find there's a lot of different courses, 2-hour courses that you can sign up for so that we can get these skills really honed and clear so that you don't have to get on TikTok and do a happy dance. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. Don't get seduced into thinking you've got to be something that you're not, because the most powerful way for you to show up is as yourself. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're listening to this on my YouTube channel. And please, I'd be so happy. I would do a happy dance, actually, if you would give me a 5-star rating for this podcast. Okay, guys, and always want to hear feedback from you. What do you want to hear about? What is it about being seen and heard and being visible? What puts the brakes on for you? Let me know, and I will do a podcast on it. Okay, thanks for listening, guys. Bye.